Hey everyone, welcome to our video series, Canal Days, and thanks for joining us for today's episode of the Four Corners Cemetery located in Palmer, Massachusetts. I am your host, Carrie, here with my co-host, local historian and founder of the Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, Robert Como. As your personal tour guide, Robert will lead you through some of the most iconic sites and their legends of historic significance throughout New England's preeminent and pivotal state of Massachusetts. With his expert insights, every monument and memorial story comes to life. Afterwards, don't forget to check out his website, holyokecanaltour.org, to access the full Canal Days video and podcast series. Also, check out his free in-person public tours he offers throughout Western Mass and the 2025 schedule for these special events. You can also book personalized private tours for groups of all sizes, tailored to your interests. To discover all that and much more, remember to log on to holyokecanaltour.org. So, Robert, can you tell us what year was this cemetery created?
In the year 1822, it's one of the more modern cemeteries of Palmer for Protestants. It was created as a neighborhood cemetery, and that's why it's almost all squared off. It served the neighborhood well. It looks like it's getting quite filled up, so I'm glad the Oak Knoll Cemetery is gigantic compared to this one. And what we're going to do today is drive around and see some of the cemetery and its gravestones, and then I'll get out for a while and walk near the really nice stones. And then remember, there's me pictures and text with this cemetery explaining it very well. And hopefully I can have a tour here someday. Every cemetery and where in Palmer deserves to have a nice tour around it to explain its properties. Alright, so we're coming towards the front, and the front has a lot of the older stones. Now 1822, by that time they were already past the brownstone era and they started using marble gravestones. Notice that most of them on both sides are pointed towards the interior roads for the most part. And towards the absolute front, they try to sell people big plots, and that's why sometimes you have gigantic stones up here, are really cool looking stones. Right, there's one over there that has a rectangular top to it. There's one. Now in this third most leftmost entrance, you have some more old stones, and you also have a stone with a Civil War soldier on top of it. The man's name is Custer. It's a beautiful rendition of a Northern soldier. And then you have a loop. This one loop is the only asymmetric part to the whole cemetery, and it's very modern stones. So we're going to finish around this loop, and then I'll get out and show you some of those stones I just talked about. So they do have some space back here, maybe another half century's worth of gravestones. Do now is get out and show you those nice stones. It's a bright sunny day in July of the year 2025, and loads of stones around. Okay, here's the Custer family here. Out in front it says William Custer, died 1857, age 46. Elizabeth A. Green Hemp Custer. Her name was so long they had to put on a diagonal, which is very rare. I don't see that very often. Died 1876 in Kansas, and they probably brought her back here. All right, then Major John Custis, 22nd Regiment Massachusetts Volunteers, lost right arm at Coal Harbor, Virginia in 1864. Born 1841, died 1921. So he went off to the Civil War and he fought for the country. And these are probably Custers around here. So neighborhood cemeteries are built the same way as a lot of churchyard cemeteries are. George Custer, corporal in the cavalry, shot through the body at somewhere in Virginia. He might have died in the Civil War, so I have to check that one for you. So lots of marble stones around here. Over here you have a big family plot. Okay, and we'll go towards the ones that have religious insignias on them. Or are very peculiar. Okay, now this one's very peculiar because it's made of two uprights and then a horizontal piece. It is a family stone. Mathan Howard. Right, and it's quite worn out to say the least. So it's a Howard family. And they must have had a nice idea to make one very unique looking. And now these are not extremely rare, so you see them once in a while. This is the McElwain family. One of them died 1873, the other one 1886. Yes, so as I predicted, this is Mother Mary, Mother of Jesus, and this is the Jones family, Ebenezer Jones, died 1887, and his wife Ruth Keene, 1898. So it's quite nice looking. Alright, so they have a lot of cool late 1800 burial stones here. Notice a lot of obelisks. Those came around 1820 and they lasted in use up to 1900. Okay, and there's one zinc one over there. And thank you for coming along.